In the summer of 2007, Michael Jackson, the king of pop, found himself in a desperate situation. The world's most iconic entertainer, known for his groundbreaking music and mesmerizing performances, was on the brink of financial ruin. The same man who had once owned a sprawling ranch named Neverland, where he entertained children and lived like a modern-day fairy tale prince, was now unable to afford the rent on a Las Vegas hotel suite. The contrast between his former glory and his current state was stark and shocking. Jackson's financial troubles had been building for years. Despite his immense wealth and fame, he had accumulated staggering debts. His lavish lifestyle, combined with poor financial management and legal battles, had left him with a mountain of obligations. Chinese letter, and speculation about his financial state were rampant. Some said he was planning a series of concerts in Las Vegas, while others claimed he was flat broke. The reality, however, was far more dire. Jackson's debts totaled $331 million, and he was facing the imminent foreclosure of Neverland, his beloved ranch. Despite his financial woes, Jackson's mind was still focused on grandiose dreams. He was fascinated by a $55 million estate in Las Vegas that belonged to the Sultan of Brunei. He even convinced his security guards to help him break into the property to inspect it, imagining a future where he could live in this opulent home. This disconnect between his financial reality and his aspirations was both tragic and surreal. In the midst of this crisis, Jackson took refuge in New York, staying with the family of Frank Cascio, a record producer. It was during this time that Sheikh Abdullah from Bahrain initiated legal proceedings to recoup the $7 million he had advanced Jackson for an unproduced record. Simultaneously, the Fortress Investment Group filed a notice of default and election to sell with the state of California, signaling the foreclosure of Neverland. Jackson owed $23 million on the property and had just 90 days to settle the account. If he failed, Neverland would be auctioned off. But even in this dire situation, Jackson had a chance to turn things around. In the spring of 2007, he met with Randy Phillips, the CEO of AG Live, an entertainment company that operated the O2 Arena in London. AG was looking for a major star to headline at the venue, and despite Jackson's troubled past, they saw him as a potential draw. However, Jackson initially seemed disinterested in the proposal, more focused on his dream of buying the Sultan of Brunei's estate. Jackson's financial advisor, Dr. Tohme Tohme, a mysterious figure who had become a close confidant, was determined to revive Jackson's career. Tohme Tohme had already been working to save Neverland from foreclosure and saw a comeback tour as the best way to generate the necessary funds. He arranged a meeting between Jackson and Tom Barrack, a wealthy businessman and fan of Jackson's. Barrack, the founder and CEO of Colony Capital, agreed to meet Jackson at a house in Las Vegas, where the singer laid out the full extent of his financial troubles. Barrack was stunned by the depth of Jackson's debt. He realized that the singer was on the verge of losing everything. In a bold move, Barrack wrote a check for $22.5 million to save Neverland, and began to work on a plan to get Jackson back on the road. Barrack and Tohme Tohme convinced Jackson that a comeback tour was his best chance to regain financial stability. They also emphasized the emotional importance of performing for his children, who had never seen him on stage. The plan began to take shape. Barrack contacted Philip Anschutz, the owner of EG Live, to discuss the possibility of Jackson performing at the O2 Arena in London. Anschutz, a devout Christian, was initially hesitant due to Jackson's past legal troubles, but was ultimately convinced by the potential of the project. Randy Phillips, who had been working to secure Jackson for the O2, met with Jackson and his team to finalize the details. Jackson agreed to perform a series of 10 concerts at the O2 in 2009, marking his long-awaited return to the stage. With the comeback tour in place, Jackson moved to Los Angeles to begin preparing for the shows. AG arranged for him to stay at a luxurious house in Holmby Hills, a far cry from the modest accommodations he had been living in. Jackson threw himself into rehearsals, determined to prove that he was still the king of pop. The world watched with anticipation as the news of the comeback tour spread, and tickets for the O2 shows sold out almost instantly. However, the road to the comeback was not without its challenges. Jackson's health, both physical and mental, was a concern. The intense rehearsals and the pressure of the upcoming performances took a toll on him. Despite this, he continued to push forward, driven by the desire to succeed and the hope of a brighter future. In the end, Michael Jackson's comeback tour never happened. On June 25, 2009, just weeks before the first O2 concert, Jackson was found unresponsive in his Los Angeles home. His death sent shockwaves around the world, and the O2 concerts were canceled. The tragic end of Jackson's life was a poignant reminder of the highs and lows of fame and the fragility of human existence. The story of Michael Jackson's financial struggles and his final attempt at a comeback is a complex and tragic one. It is a tale of ambition, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of a dream, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Jackson's life, in all its glory and its darkness, remains a testament to the power of music and the enduring legacy of a true icon.